welcome back! Today I want to refurbish one of my barrels. Most of the barrels have turned into planters, but I think it would be nice to get one back in shape. Clearly it has seen better days, it has been standing outside. But the heads are still nice and straight, it smells good. So I'm going to take it apart, see how the inside looks. Maybe I can scrape some off on the inside, shave some off. I've got a nice chisel to do so. And maybe retoast it. And then, who knows, maybe one day I can fill it back up. Because that would be nice. Alright, let's get started. Alright, I'm just going to mark these so I can put it back the same way. Probably not necessary, but you know. So I really tried to do my best to save these little nails. Tried to get them out in one piece because I have no idea where you would get these kind of nails. Because you don't want to have too long nails, of course. You don't want to, you know, punch holes in your barrel. So try to save these. Okay, I think I have all the nails. Time to take it apart. Good. Okay, well, I gave them all a quick rinse and I have to say it actually looks quite okay. I definitely have seen worse, so that's two, they're a little bit cracked, so I'm going to give it a shave because it's nice if it's a smooth surface. And it's always the ones at the bottom, there are only two, the rest really looks really smooth. And then I'm wondering if I shall give it a toast, yes or no. If I'm going to fill it up, I'm going to fill it up with a stout, so maybe it's stout, yeah. A light toast. I'm going to give it a light toast and then I'm going to put it back together. Yes! So this is the chisel that I'm using. As you see, there's a nice curve. So it's like perfect for shaving the inside of a barrel. Some light discoloration, but it's nice and smooth. No more pockets for surprises. With this one I had to go a little bit deeper. But with some, as you can see, there's a crack here. So it's possible that if I start shaving here, I will make it really thin. So I just shave off a little bit and see what happens. Yeah, I think I leave it like that, because I do want to have it as smooth as possible and no pockets, but also don't want my barrel to crack, to fall apart because it's so thin, you know. Like taking rust from a car. The deeper you go, the more you discover. So putting a barrel back again, it's really not that difficult. I take the second ring, you know, 1, 2, 3. I put it down on the floor so I can align my staves. The biggest ring I hang up in the air. I suspend it in the air at a height. It should be a little bit higher, of course, because you want to have some wiggle room. You fill up the rings with the staves. Once they're all in place, you take the first ring, you smash it in. These ones, you know, you can hammer them up a little bit. If you cut this loose, you can hammer this one down. And then it's already stable enough that you can flip it over and put the other end ring on it. And then you're ready to make a fire inside. roasted barrels before. They were a little bit smaller. What I did at that time was I made a nice barbecue and started grilling my staves, which works quite well. You know, if you have a nice bed of embers, you can just place these above your heat, and you have a lot of control. You can move it in and out of the hot or cold spots, so you can roast your staves quite evenly. There's just one downside, and that's especially along the edges. It's very easy to burn your staves. And yeah, I like to keep the sides of my staves as intact as possible. I don't want to destroy the integrity of my barrel. So this time I'm going to toast it in its hole. So I want to have a fire inside my barrel, or you could say put the barrel around my fire. This is going to be a first time. So I have some slow burning birch at the bottom. I have some fast burning pine at the top. I can imagine we need quite a lot of heat in able to radiate enough to get a nice toast. But yeah, we don't want to end up with a nice campfire and no barrel. So trying to get some control, I have some water. If it gets out of control, I've got a little bit more water over here. And if it gets too crazy, if it collapses and there's just coal touching my barrel, then I just remove my barrel and reconsider my options. But yeah, I say let's get started. Let's light this baby. The bark of birch, by the way, it's a wonderful starter. Well, I would say this is going quite well. It's funny, it says the wine smell is really strong. Okay, I see some serious toasting now at the top. So I think I will spray it with some water. Fire as well a little bit. Maybe I can rotate the barrel as well, because it's mostly in one spot. Woohoo. But I think this is going quite okay. Nice. Okay, well, right now we're reaching the birch, so from now on it might get a little bit hotter, and just keep the bottom wet. But right now I think we have a nice medium toast. See if I let it go all the way. You can also, if you think like the fire is a little bit too much, just hose it down a little bit. Alright, I do my best to give you a good look of the end result. I have to say I am very pleased with it. I think we have a really nice toast. Very equal. It smells wonderful. "100% success." It's funny, the outside, it's still, you cannot touch it. It's so hot, it's crazy. So I think I will put it back together and then consider it done. And days later you can still see where the hot barrel was laying on the ground. Okay, the last challenge is to get the head in. Make sure that all the staves are level, or how do you say it, aligned. One way to get them aligned, if you have a nice hard floor, is to shake this barrel. Do a little dance, then they all line up. If you put the head in, make sure you align the head. If not, you're going to regret it. Like later on, you're going to look at it. It's like, ah, damn, it's not straight, you know? It doesn't look nice. Here's my my hole. I like to have it like this. Okay. Squeeze the part a little bit in place. Piece of plastic from a key keg. It works wonderful. Almost. All right, that's one. Alright, that's good enough for now. Just to keep it in place. If you want to have a tap, of course, now is the perfect time to put one in. Oh. Would be nice, but not yet. Right, I've got to turn the camera on. I forgot to turn the camera on for this one, but well, same way, just using the plastic. Maybe it's nice to align these again. Perfect. These two. Now these rings, they are not in their final place. When you put some steam in it, the wood will expand. You definitely don't want to hammer these down too much right now. Just put them on the same spot. Definitely not further. Because yeah, when the woods get wet, well, the expansion need to go somewhere. If not, you will crack the barrel. I have had one barrel before, and I was too enthusiastic and it just cracked. Right now I'm just taking two. Not even hammering them all the way in. Just to keep it in place, you know. Alright, so let's wrap this up. Yeah, the barrel has never been this dry before in its whole life, I think. I think this is the most dry it has ever been. So I think it's best to just wrap it in plastic. I plugged the holes with some cloth just so, you know, no insects can crawl in. But I think I will leave it like this until I'm ready to use it. One thing though, if you're going to do this, pay close attention, don't walk away, because towards the end, one side of the wall, just suddenly you see flames. I'm going to check if I still have some videos on how to make these watertight. If not, I will do that another day. But yeah, that's something you just do when you're about to be ready to fill it up. By the way, I never had one barrel that didn't stop leaking. I had one barrel, took a little bit longer. Took me like 2 days, something like that, to really make it stop leaking. But at the end, also that barrel stopped leaking. So especially with the big ones, with the smaller ones, I find them more problematic. I think the bigger ones are actually easier to make them watertight. Okay, well then that's it for now. Sorry it took me a little bit longer than usual to post something, but during the winter I found another adventure and I couldn't let go. It's not finished yet, and of course it's beer related as well. But hopefully I will be able to show you soon. Oh, wonderful smell. It's crazy. Ah well. See you next time.